Alright guys, so DYSPO. DYSPO is a very interesting unit here in Dokkan. He's actually a little bit unique because he is the only character off the top of my head that I can think of that has an infinitely stacking attack. The way DYSPO works is that every turn he is on rotation, he will get 20% attack. That just continues forever. So what we're going to try, I kind of want to show DYSPO in two ways here. Like, we're going to go through an event like normal, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to try and just permanently forever stack DYSPO's attack. I'll see how long I can go and how ridiculously high we could get DYSPO's attack set. So, like, no nuking, no nothing like that. Just naturally going through, like, every turn, seeing how high DYSPO's attack can get, how strong he can become. There is a very, very easy way to do this, of course, on the AGL Rose Goku Black boss fight, where you fight an immortal Zamasu, and you can just target all of your attacks on Zamasu, and then you can just continue to build up stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. It's also going to be very easy to do that with the Universal Survival Art team as well, because our boy Jiren does have that very interesting ability of his, that passive stun mechanic. So every couple turns or so, he will automatically stun the enemy. Now the AGL Rose event, that's old enough of an event that enemies can still actually be stunned in that event, so we can actually utilize that effect. We'll have the Jiren sometimes will be stunning, which will allow us to last longer in that fight. I can't wait. I'm very excited to see like could we have DYSPO like do max damage here? Like, what exactly is this shit gonna look like? I'm pretty I'm pretty interested, to say the least. Here I'm actually gonna let Tech Android 18 absolutely go off. And then, okay, it's usually pretty hard to have AGL Super Saiyan God Goku super attack because unlike a lot of other units on this category, he actually does not have the Tournament of Power link, which is a 3-key link, which allows so many of these units to like super very easily. That's why I did do a tier list video earlier today on the Universal Survival Art team, and sort of going over like how good I think that team is going to be once we get some LRs. Like, once we get a couple LRs on this team, but yo, man, listen, by now everyone knows the power of 3 dodge, all right? Listen, and hey, listen, I'm not fucking with y'all. Look at my Vegeta, 3 dodge, baby. The power of 3 dodge. That's all it takes. You just give him that one. Oh shit, I love 3 dodge so much. There's no reason not to do it. Like, I will pick 17 crit instead of 20 crit every single time if it means I can have a lot of these units have a chance to have the 3 dodge, right? Like, I do not mind at all. So whereas most Super Saiyan 4 Gokus you'll find do have 20 crit, mine will only have 17 crit because I will give the 3 dodge. And I'd rather have the 6 additional. That's much more likely of getting an additional attack than the 3 additional. So I kind of like it all working out that way. And then, hey, every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, you're gonna get a character to get one of them dodges off. And it is a game fucking changer when any of these characters get that 3 dodge to actually activate. Alright, so Future Gohan is a pretty, I would say, lackluster boss overall. I was very excited when when we first saw what Ultra Instinct Goku's boss fight looked like, because his was insanely difficult, and I thought, like, oh shit, like they're really stepping it up. They're gonna give us a lot of these crazy tough fights, but that's not really what they did, because they took a big step backwards with the Turles fight. I thought the Turles fight was too easy. Then Jiren's fight is really difficult. But Evolution Blue Vegeta, his really isn't too crazy either. I think one thing that hurts his fight is there really should have been a phase with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken 20 times Goku. But unfortunately, that character is not yet in the game. That would have made for a very intense last phase if we had 2 crazy strong units like that, right? Because one thing that makes a lot of these boss events so easy compared to something like Super Battle Road is, like, you know, Future Gohan, the fucker can only super one time. Like, that's it. But, you know, if we are going up against multiple enemies that are, like, actually really strong, they'll be able to super, like, each of them can super. Because right now, the only Dokkan boss that I know of that can super twice is Merge Zamasu. I know I've encountered 2 enemies that could do it in Dokkan Battlefield. Super Saiyan Broly can super twice in Dokkan Battlefield, as well as, I believe, the base form Goku Black that you fight. Both of them are capable of doing that, which can be very, very annoying. Alright, so we're here already onto the very end of Future Gohan's fight. On the next rotation, when we get DYSPO back, I think he is going to crack a 1 million attack stat. Like, you know, that you got to let that 20% attack of his build up. So he'll start out weak at the start of fights. Usually it's not so much of a big deal, though, because obviously the beginning of fights is, like, the easiest part, right? Like, you know, base form Future Gohan isn't really going to put up as much of a challenge as once he actually goes Super Saiyan. So both the dodge chance not being that high isn't a big deal, as well as his 20% attack just not being, like, having a chance to have built up isn't really a big deal, because by the time you do need him, it is there. I have been disappointed when I've used DYSPO on, like, Super Battle Road, because, like, in the original Super Battle Road stages, they weren't really, like, very, very long fights. The new Super Battle Road stages are kind of long, though, so I'm going to be very curious to see when the Universal Survival Arc team has a category stage. Wow, he's stunned. So Future Gohan, just add one more insult to injury for him, this fucker can be stunned. So, okay, yep, we cracked a 1 million attack stat. Jiren's going to, like, insta-kill this fucker, because Jiren, of course, has a guaranteed crit when the enemy is stunned. 1.9 million attack stat. Obviously, DYSPO and Jiren share the Hero of Justice attack link. They share Fierce Battle, as well as Infighter. So you have those two next to each other, and absolute death and destruction is what Jiren is basically able to do. So, okay, so what we're going to do now, here, we're going to go into the AGL Rose Goku Black boss fight. Alright, guys, so now we're going to hop into the AGL Rose fight like this. So I'm going to have 2 rotations, and the way I'm going to be able to just sit here kind of infinitely building up attack is I'm going to have the second rotation of Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, as well as our girl Android 18. So what they're going to do is they're going to manipulate the entire field of orbs into a way where they're going to be massively healing when they get their own same type orbs, which is going to help out a lot. So it'll be very easy for me to just chill here for probably the next couple hours and let DYSPO's attack build, because that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm just going to be chilling for, you know, maybe an hour or 2, and we'll see how strong our boy DYSPO is going to get at this point. So let me just get into this fight. We can quickly take down Rose's first phase, and then moving on to the second phase, that's where we just make sure to target Zamasu. And oh good, look, right there, boom. So there we go. Jiren stunned Rose right off the bat, so bam. And then here's what 18 is going to be doing. All of these tech-type orbs, she is a rainbow unit, so that will be healing a massive amount of her health. I always want to make sure DYSPO goes first, because he does stack his attack for 6 turns, so we could get 3 stacks of that by me ensuring that he attacks every single time. Plus, also, he will be able to avoid a lot of damage once, you know, his dodge percentage gets up very high. So, boom. Now we move on to the part of the fight where Zamasu shows up. All we have to do now is target Zamasu. I suppose it's possible that DYSPO could eventually get to a point where he is able to kill Zamasu, but that might take a lot, a long time of sitting here before that would happen. Okay, so again, now all we do is we just target all of our attacks on Zamasu. He is pretty much immortal. You can kill him if you, like, crit for, like, max damage or something like that. I'm not trying to have DYSPO do that, but that certainly would be fun to see happen, right? So see, as we can see, Zamasu just completely tanking this damage. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here. And I will be back, guys, when our boy DYSPO has built up an attack stat of fucking infinity-binity, right? Zamasu's gonna take a lot of pounding, alright? Hey, you and your fucker kill future Bulma, huh? Okay. Alright, we see how it is. Alright. Alright, guys, so I have been at this for a few hours here. As you can see, DYSPO's attack stat is nearly 1,000,000 just sitting right here. So let's see how well our boy does with a Dokkan attack. Again, I've been at this for a few hours. I could keep going indefinitely, but I think this would be a good enough test. So I came back in like this. The reason is because a Dokkan attack, it hits both of these fuckers even if you don't hit any of the nodes. So I wanted to make sure to bring in units that was not activating that turn on power link, so I could sort of not Dokkan attack unless I wanted to. I was doing Dokkan attacks with hit, so I could keep seeing how high DYSPO's attack stat was getting, because hit barely would do any damage to Rose with his Dokkan attack, because my hit is only SA level 3. Believe it or not, I actually haven't pulled very many hits. Now, I brought the LR Goku Black family so that they could constantly heal me. As you can see, I haven't used any items, and I've been in the stage for a few hours now at this point. So let's go ahead and see what our boy DYSPO will do, what kind of damage he will provide at this point. Boom. There we go. What we're going to do, I'm also going to get one more rotation in where we see what kind of damage DYSPO, like what his attack set is going to be looking like. So here's him with the Dokkan attack. If he can get a crit, he might pass like 50 million. 26 million on a normal. That's pretty good. If he had gotten a crit right there, I don't know how much damage it would have been, but it certainly would have been sizable. So let me just cut until DYSPO's next turn now. Alright, so let's see what our boy DYSPO is able to do. That Hero of Justice Link active. An attack stat of 6.7 million. No attack up items, nothing. That's just his attack being built up in battle. That's the power of DYSPO. Very, very impressive right there. Let's just see how long that took me to go ahead and get that attack stat, and then we'll wrap it up. The infinite possibilities of DYSPO. Is it practical? No, but it is still impressive that you could get like a 6.7 million attack stat out of our boy DYSPO just like that. So I will go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks y'all for watching. 4 hours. Well, y'all have a good one. Peace.